Pollution, emissions from cars, trucks and factories make our whole planet suffer. Poisonous particles seriously damage our health and our environment, and it's especially bad in highly populated areas. You can fight this development, and you can save money while doing it. Put URAD in your fuel and start saving. You will save on fuel and you will save our planet's resources. You will prevent spending money on maintenance, and you will save your grandchildren's health by heavily reducing dangerous particle emissions. URAD, because you will save. This truck uses URAD. Like most trucks, it runs on diesel fuel, but thanks to URAD, this truck has a lot of advantages. So, how does it work? Well, the only thing you need to do is add URAD to your fuel. Then, just fill up your tank as usual. This is what happens when the product comes in contact with the fuel. As you will see, it dissolves completely. The time that it takes to dissolve depends on factors such as the temperature of the fuel and whether or not it is moving. It is important to emphasize that when URAD has blended with the fuel, it's the fuel itself that has been enhanced. Now that URAD is a part of the fuel, what is happening inside of the engine? Well, this is how it works. URAD has the ability to add more oxygen to the fuel, so when fuel with URAD is injected, the engine will combust the fuel more completely, and dangerous emissions are heavily reduced. For an engine without URAD, combustion will not be complete, and black smoke is given off. So, poor combustion means black smoke. Black smoke means dangerous soot particles are given off, and soot is excess fuel that has not been combusted. Hence, soot is a sign of wasted money. By using URAD, all of your fuel will be combusted and you can stop wasting money. This is the inside of an engine. After a while, excess fuel jams up, and this will also add to poor combustion. URAD keeps the engine clean and the need for maintenance drops drastically. This is what URAD will do. URAD will cleanse and lubricate your engine and oxygenate your fuel. These three key factors mean that you will reduce fuel consumption, reduce dangerous emissions, and reduce the need for maintenance. The same positive effects are of course applicable to all combustion engines, no matter if it's a ship, a car, a factory oil boiler, or a machine. And regardless if they run on fossil fuel or biofuel. So, what is URAD? URAD is 100% biodegradable and 100% non-toxic, because it's a 100% vegetable substance. The product is promoted from Sweden, and URAD is available in many different sizes, designed for different volumes of fuel. This is scientist Wayne Leslie. He's the inventor of URAD, and this is how he explains the values from using the product.
What it does is it combusts more completely. So in other words, we're not changing anything except what we already have, and it combusts more completely. So if it combusts more completely, whether it be diesel or whether it be gasoline, just think the emissions coming out of that combustion is a lot less. And that's what we're achieving. We're doing something to cut down the emissions. Big time. And also remember, if I can combust this volume, well again, gas or diesel, basically there's less emissions, but there's more power going down to that piston. More power means that it's basically going down the road further on the same amount of fuel that it did before, hence a better gas economy.
The formula of Coca-Cola is a well-kept secret. There's no patent registered, and the same goes for URAD. The product is unique, and it's impossible to copy or reproduce. Even though the formula may be secret, the substantial documentation from independent organizations and insurance companies guarantee that the product can be trusted. For example, URAD is certified by the American EPA. It passed rigorous testing run by the Swedish Motor Vehicle Inspection. It passed oil tests performed by Shell, and URAD is internationally insured. You can trust URAD to be completely safe, and you can trust that URAD works. Earlier, we mentioned that black smoke contains a high proportion of soot particles. Thomas Sandström is a professor that specializes in lung medicine in Sweden. He has completed comprehensive research regarding the effect that soot emissions have on human health.
Reduction of the particle emissions from diesel engines would drastically improve health in the society. For children, it would mean that they would have less allergy, less asthma, their lungs would be growing more normally. But then you would also have quite profound effects on the heart and blood vessel systems. Effects on hypertension, heart attacks, and stroke, for instance.
Let's talk about the effects of using URAD. Based on independent studies, particle emissions are generally reduced by 50 to 75% when using URAD. That's not all. As you know, URAD reduces fuel consumption. On average, the reduction is up to 10 to 15%. We will now show you what that might mean economically. Example: this truck drives around 15,000 kilometers per month, and it uses 0.45 liters of fuel per kilometer. With a price of approximately 6 RMB per liter, it adds up to a total cost of 486,000 RMB per year. Now, imagine a big truck company. They got more than one truck. A lot more. Let's say they have 1,000 trucks. Together, in 1 year, those 1,000 trucks use 81 million liters of fuel, which costs 486 million RMB. That's a lot of money. With URAD, you'll save 10 to 15% of that. Let's take out the 10% saving for this company, which is 48,600,000 RMB. For all that money, you could, for example, buy a whole lot of new trucks. Actually, around 96 brand new trucks. URAD means a complete combustion, and with URAD, you will reduce fuel consumption, reduce dangerous emissions, and reduce the need for maintenance. URAD, because you will save.